So much of the time we will always ask, what do I need to do to get to where I want to go? And we need to start asking, who do I want to become? Because who you want to become reinforces what you should be doing. Welcome to the Daily Effort Podcast. My name is Sam. If it's your first time listening, welcome to the show. If you've listened before, welcome back. I always appreciate you listening. It means a lot to me. But the whole purpose behind this podcast is uncomplicating success. It's really me giving you the things that you need to do to help you get to where you want to go and achieve that level of success that you want in your life. And I still have a long ways to go with where I want to go in my life, but I've done things that have helped me get to where I am at. And as I continue to go and achieve more and more and more, well, I want to make sure I continue to share those things, whether they are tactical things or conceptual things, or eventually in the future, I have people on the show to talk about what they've done to achieve the things in their life. Like, I always want to make sure I'm just giving you that as I continue to move through life, so that you can apply it to your life if you so choose to, so you can continue to win and continue to see the results that you want and just continue to level up your life. So it always is going to come down to simple things you need to do on a daily basis that will get you to where you want to go. And that's the thing you always have to remind yourself of. Now, if you've listened before, you always know that I'll roll out one episode every single week. But if you're new, just so you know, it's important to know this, that I'm rolling out just one episode a week as of right now. It will always be Mondays at 5 a.m. Central Time. I'll roll it out on YouTube. I will roll it out on Spotify and also Apple. So you can listen to it on, I don't want to say all platforms because I don't know if that's truly all platforms, but that's where you can actually find the podcast as of right now. And if you get value from the show, and if you get value from an episode, share it with a friend, text it over to someone, share it on social media, tell someone about it that's in your life that you think it could potentially help them out, because I don't do ads on here, and this is the only way that I'm able to actually grow the show is, through y'all going out and talking about it, and also just through my own social media. So that's really, my only ask is, if you get value, please just share it. Now, today, I know on the intro of the podcast, I was talking about, it's so easy to get caught up in what you should do to get to where you want to go. And a lot of times we need to take some time to ask who do we want to become, because the who reinforces the what and makes it even more important. And why I'm going to dive into this is because I was having a conversation with a friend this past Friday, and she's working towards building a coaching business, and I'm really excited for her because I know she will do that. She will be able to build that business in due time. And when it comes to building a business, it's something that it's not easy to actually do that. It does take time. It takes a whole lot of effort. It takes a lot of intentionality on a daily basis. And there was something that she didn't do that was going to move her forward towards her goal, towards the goal of having the business. And when I asked the simple question of, hey, well, do you understand why doing that specifically is actually important? And when she answered the question, she wasn't incorrect with how she answered the question. But to put it into perspective, she's wanting to short term, within a year, go and really have a community of around 300 to 500 people. And again, I know she can, if she puts in the work, I know she can absolutely do it. And for her, going out and connecting with people and everything like that, that's something that is a little bit, I would say it's not that she can't do it. It's that she's just a little quieter, and it's not something that she has done before. But with that piece, when I was talking about her goal of going and having the 300 to 500 person community, I told her, you got to remember, you have to fast forward and put yourself at the end of where you're going to be. So act like you're already there. You already have 300 people in the community. You already have your clients full. You already have a lot of people, that you're helping, and put yourself there. Well, who is that person then? It's like, what are the attributes of that person? What does that person do on a daily basis? Who is the person? I was like, now go back to where you are now. Well, you need to start like all these little things that you should be doing. The reason why you should be doing them is, yes, it is helping you build your business, but it's also creating you into the person, into really who you're meant to be, and you also want to be, and also that you have to be if you are going to really achieve that goal. And I give that example and really just share the story really quick because it paints a picture of a little bit that all of us have certain things that we are working towards in life. And let's take a fitness journey, for example. Let's say you're wanting to lose some weight. Well, let's say it's 100 pounds. Well, if you're going to lose 100 pounds, well, act like you've already lost it. Like, with that person that has lost 100 pounds, well, what's the attributes? What are the habits that they do on a daily basis? Well, you need to start to adopt those things now. And it reinforces why you should do specific things like waking up and working out, tracking your food and eating well, drinking water, getting sleep. It reinforces all of those things. It's like what you need to do is important because it gets you to your goal. But it also is important because it creates you into the person that you want to be, and also you have to be to really get to where you want to go. Because remember, it's like to achieve the level of success that you want, whatever it is. It could be being a good dad, being a good mom, a certain goal in fitness, going out competing in something. It could be building a business. It could be a better relationship with the Lord. It does not matter. You have to remember, whatever the goal is, whatever the focus is, you have to do certain things now, and you have to become a certain person, and the habits will start to help create you into a certain person, the person you have to be in order to have access to those things in the future. If you don't become the person, and you don't do the things that you're supposed to do on a daily basis, that means you don't become who you're meant to be, and that means you never get to unlock the level of success that you want, or even get your foot in the door to the things that you actually want in the future. And I always used to get this so backwards at times, and I would get my perspective used to be so narrow, and as I say that, I understand my perspective realistically still is narrow in the grand scheme of things, but it used to be so narrow because I would be like, well, I have to do these tasks on a daily basis. I have to work to build these habits to get to the goal. That's true. That is true. But I needed to, in the past, I should have asked, who do I want to become? When I'm at these goals, what will my habits be like? What's my character like? What are the attributes that I have? Because it just will remind me that every single day, if I decide to skip out on something, I'm saying no to my future self. I'm also saying no to the things that I want in the future. And when we are working towards a specific goal, so much of the time we think that it's just one thing we're saying no to. Take it back to the fitness example. We think that if we don't work out, for example, well, it'll just hold us back from losing the weight. No, that's not true. It's true to a degree, but you're saying no to two things. You're saying no to potentially losing the weight that you want, but you're also saying no to the future you, the better you, the person who you're meant to be, and also the person you want to be, and also the person you have to be to actually be at that goal that you want. So this is, it is, I understand I've shared a couple stories. I understand it's still a very conceptual topic, but I want to break this down a little more tactically for you, just so you can piece it together and then go out and use it to execute on. Because what I want you to do is, number one, like I've said before, you have to make sure you have goals. Like set goals, know where you're going, have an aim, have a focus. I covered this a couple episodes back. I'm honestly not too sure. It's probably episode somewhere around 8 to 10, somewhere around in there, where I talk about creating a goal. But have a goal of where you want to go in. There's many different areas in life that you can set goals. You can set financial goals. You could have goals in your relationship. You could have spiritual goals, relationship with the Lord. You could have like professional goals, more personal goals. Like there's a lot of different goals. So I set multiple. For me, typically I will set goals on the financial side. I will do 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. Then I will also set career goals. Then I will set personal goals. And then for me, I will also set and this is kind of encompassed in the personal goals, but I will also set physical goals. And those are the four things, 4 areas that I will always set goals in. So that's the first thing you need to do, is make sure you have a goal. Then the second thing that you really need to do, and I know I said so much of the time we ask, like, what do we need to do to get to the goal? Yes, you do have to know what you have to do to get to the goal. Like, that is a piece of it. And hopefully I haven't miscommunicated that as I've gone through all of this. But identify what you need to do to get to the goal. And that's where the power list comes into play. That is those 5 critical tasks on a daily basis that'll help you get to where you want to go. Make sure you have those down and you execute them daily. Third thing that you really need to do is take some time to figure out, well, when you're at the end state, whatever the end state looks like. For example, maybe it's a fitness goal and maybe you're wanting to lose weight. Well, who will you be when you're at that end state? What are your habits? How do you carry yourself on a daily basis? What has changed? Maybe you have a financial goal. Okay, well, once you've reached that financial goal, like, what do you do then? Like, who are you as a person when you're there? What does it look like? Maybe it's a relationship. Okay, who are you going to be? And just in general, sometimes even before at times, if you're struggling to set some goals, sometimes it is good, because I listed out the 3 things: figure out your goals, figure out what you need to do, figure out who are you going to be when you get to those goals. Sometimes you might have to go in reverse. Sometimes you might have to figure out, who do I really want to be? Like, who would I be proud of? It's like, and then you'll be able to figure out your goals based off of that, and then you'll figure out based off of that what to do. But who you want to become is, I don't want to say it's more important than what you do, but because I understand the what helps you get to the goal, but who you want to become is elevated a little higher, in my opinion, than the what. Because if you understand who you want to become and why you want to become that, it just reinforces everything so much better. And it's like, honestly, you don't need to know the perfect plan, the perfect what to actually get to the goal. It's like, you will just go and actually start to figure out the plan and go. So much time we want a perfect plan and then we'll go. But if you just continue to focus on who do you want to become and why do you want to become that, and also keep focused on the goals that you have and why you're wanting to work towards those, well, then you don't really need the plan, a perfect plan, because there is no perfect plan. You just start to execute and see what works, and you'll start to adjust as you go. So figure out who do you want to be? Because when you know who you want to be, well, then it will reinforce why you want to achieve everything that you want to in life. It will also reinforce like why you need to execute at a high level on a daily basis. And it'll also help you stay focused and execute better daily from a standpoint of you know where you're headed, not only from a goal standpoint, but a person. Like, what will make you proud? Like, who do you want to be? Because there was another conversation I was having with a good friend of mine, and he said, man, I just want to be the person that my kids would be proud of. And I'd posed the question back to him of, well, I asked, like, well, who is that? Who would they actually be proud of? Because you talk like it's not you right now. You're talking like they don't even like. There's some other dad that they have, or it's like they don't even have a dad right now, based on how you're speaking. And based off of that, it's like, well, he wanted to get in better physical shape, wanted to accomplish a lot more. And it's like, okay, based off of that, he described who he wants to become. And honestly, it's like, I didn't really have to talk about the plan, because as soon as he talked about who he wants to become, he just laid out, well, if I want to become that person, I know I need to do this and this and this and this and this. So it automatically helped lead to a lot more clarity. So I want y'all, and I know this is a shorter episode to a degree, but I want y'all to go and take some time to figure out who's the person that you want to be. Who are you wanting to become? And drop it also inside the comments as well, because it's a good thing just to discuss it with people. And I love to get to hear this. I appreciate like a lot of you who have been asking questions and dropping comments. I know Paul, Dan, appreciate y'all actually doing that. It means a whole lot. But, really drop the comments inside there as far as like, well, who are you wanting to become? Who would you be proud of in the future? Because once you identify that, it will help with executing better on a daily basis. The path will become a lot clearer. And as you execute on a daily basis on the things you know you need to do, it will make you so much more proud. Because you understand that by executing on these things, you're getting increasingly closer to who you want to be and the person that you will be proud of, not someone else. It's like, you're doing this for you. And that's a whole nother thing I didn't even dive into when it comes to identifying who you want to become. Like, when you identify that, it safeguards you from working towards something that maybe you shouldn't. It's like, at times, it always depends. But when you identify who you personally want to be and you start to go and execute through life, it's like, well, then you're a lot more confident. It's like you start to not care so much about what other people say or think, because you know who you are. It's like, you know who you want to be. You're secure in your identity, and you can just continue to lean into that, and you're a lot more steady, and you don't get tossed around or, knocked off course quite as easy. But if you only know kind of your goals and what you're supposed to do, but you haven't identified who you want to become or who the person in the future that it is that you will be, well, then it's a lot easier for you to lose focus. And that's the whole purpose of this podcast, is to share the things that have helped me see the success so far that I've seen in life. Because if I look back on my life, like I am a people pleaser. And I still am a people pleaser. And it's something that is still very difficult for me, not to try to go and please everybody. But the thing that allowed me to just settle in and start doing things for me, and by doing things for me, it allowed me to actually do things better for other people, just to be clear, because it's really easy to say, oh, you need to start doing stuff just for you. And then people will take that as, oh, well, I need to stop doing stuff for other people. Like, I need to start focusing on myself. And that's not necessarily how you should interpret it, because remember, for you to get to any goal that you have in life and reach any level of success, you're going to need other people to help you get there, and you're going to have to move other people forward. That's inevitable. But it allows you to pour more into yourself so you develop yourself. And if you develop yourself better, well, then you will develop people better around you. Because if you grow as an individual, you'll grow people better around you. So that's what I have for y'all. Go figure out who do you want to become. Because once you figure out who you want to become in life, it'll automatically make what you need to do a lot stronger and a lot clearer. Your goals will become even more important to you. You'll be more strong in your identity of who you are as a person. You'll execute better on a daily basis. You'll have a lot more focus, and you'll be that much closer daily to achieving the life and the success that you actually want. So take some time, figure this out. If I can help you out with it, please let me know. But other than that, have a great day, have a great week, and God bless.